Yeah. O'Reilly. Shifti, Minaj. AdJustin. Shift your curve. Tonight I wanna shift your curve. The market got 1 billion things consumers bought. We gonna dim it like it's quarantine tonight. I want that toilet paper, no more gasoline. The equilibrium is changing up tonight.
Shifting demand, I'm shifting demand.
It's all I need is to change consumer taste or the price of substitutes. It's long demand. When the incomes rise, we buy and make demand shift to the right. Shift your curve. Girl, now I'm gonna shift supply. The market got 1 billion things producers make. Why do the gasoline prices always change? It's 'cause supply changes with crude oil price. The equilibrium is changing up tonight.
I'm shifting supply, I'm shifting supply.
'Cause all I need is a change in input price or the number of producers. It's not a supply. Increase their expectations. The supply shift to the right. Shifters. Supply direct. The curve slopes are like an incline. Demand inverse. The curve slopes are like a decline. Law of supply. You know, producers like it when the price high. Law of demand. You know, consumers gotta keep an eye on the high price. The power utility increase, but the utility decrease. Substitution effect, demand will decrease every time a new sub release. Shift your curve. Oh, I wanna see you shift your curve. 'Cause all I need is a limit in supply. The thing might go complete. It's economic. Shifters make them shift. You shift it like you shift.
Keep going there.
Hi everyone, I'm Shifti Minaj.
What's up, everyone? I'm AdJustin.
We're so honored to be here on.
Econ lyrics
So today we'll be explaining some of our lyrics
from our song
and our 3 producers, AC,
Suge.
and Junior C.
Yeah, so enjoy.
When Shifti and AdJustin talk about the demand curve and they say demand inverse, the curve sloped downward like a decline. This part is what they're talking about, the law of diminishing marginal utility, where the satisfaction a consumer gets from a good diminishes as they consume more of it. This diminishing satisfaction is the major reason why the demand curve is downward sloping, or at least one of them. Alright, When they say the line supply direct, they're talking about this line and how the curve slopes upwards like an incline. Here they're explaining the law of supply and how the supply curve is an upward slope. The supply curve shifts upward because as the price of a good rises, businesses are more willing to make the good because they can make a higher profit.
Purchase, and the power. Demand is the willingness and ability for a consumer to buy goods. The ability is purchasing power that AdJustin Bieber sings about in the song. The income effect comes into play in that income affects a consumer's purchasing power and their ability to buy goods. The price of a good affects the purchasing power of the consumers. This can help explain why on a graph that demand is downward sloping. When the price of a good increases, for example, then the purchasing power of that consumer decreases when their income is constant. And vice versa, when the price of a good decreases, the purchasing power increases and thus they can buy more of that good.
So when AdJustin Bieber says substitution effect, demand will decrease. Every time a new sub release ease, it's basically explaining the substitution effect, which basically explains why the demand curve is downward sloping. And it basically explains that when the price of a good increases, the quantity demanded will decrease, because consumers will pay for substitution or substitute goods rather than the actual good. And it also explains that when the price decreases, the quantity demanded of a good will increase, since they will pay for that good as substitutes become more expensive.
So when AdJustin says, because all I need is to change consumer taste or the price of substitutes, he's talking about the shifters of demand. There are 5 shifters and AdJustin mentions 3 of them. The first one is the changing consumer taste, which is basically when consumers prefer a good, demand will increase and shift right. But when they dislike a good more, it'll shift left and decrease. For example, the first verse of the song, we say, we get into demand like it's quarantine tonight, I want that toilet paper, no more gasoline. Here, Shifti, Minaj, and AdJustin Bieber are explaining the changes in prices in the context of the pandemic. During this time period, we may remember that gas prices were extremely low, and toilet paper prices became stagnant. As demand for gasoline shifted left, due to consumers being unable to leave their houses and use gasoline, the price of gasoline decreases. And the quantity decreases as well. But as the demand for toilet paper increased due to consumers wanting to stock up on toilet paper, let's say this is toilet paper demand. The price of toilet paper went up, and the quantity demanded increased. Second is the price of related goods. When the price of a substitute increases, demand for the original good will increase because alternatives are now more expensive. For example, if you drink either coffee or tea every morning, but then suddenly tea becomes more expensive, you're going to demand more coffee. When the price of a complement increases, however, demand for the original good will decrease. For example, if you only eat your blueberries with yogurt, but then blueberries are suddenly more expensive, your demand for yogurt will decrease because now you're going to buy less blueberries, so you don't need that much yogurt.
It's the law of demand. When our incomes rise, we buy. Make demand shift to the right. This is another shifter of demand, a change in consumer income. Normal goods are goods that increase in demand, shifting to the right. When consumer purchasing power rises, while inferior goods are goods that decrease in demand. When consumer purchasing power falls, shifts to the left. As you can see, there are 2 other shifters that I did not mention. The fourth is a change in the number of consumers. If there are consumers in the market for a good, demand for that good will increase. The final shifter is a change in consumer expectations. If consumers expect the price of a good to go down later, they will demand less. Like if you want to get new clothes, but you know that clothes will go on sale in a month during Memorial Day weekend, you'll demand less clothes now.
Go. When Shifti sings, "Cause all I need is a change in input price," or the number of producers, she's referring to the shifters of supply. The first is a change in the input price of a good. When the price of an input for a good increases, the supply of the good decreases, because it costs more to make the good now. For example, in the second verse of the song, AdJustin sings, "Why do the gasoline prices always change? It's because supply changes with crude oil price." Since crude oil is an input of gasoline, changes in the price of crude oil will change the supply of gasoline around the world. So this is increasing supply. This would be decreasing supply. Next is a change in the number of producers. When the number of producers in the market increases, the supply of the product increases as well, because there are now more producers available to make the good.
Then AdJustin sings, "Law of supply increases your expectations and makes supply shift to the right." This includes the third shifter of supply, a change in the expectations of producers. If producers expect the price of their goods to fall in the future, they will produce more of it now to sell and earn greater profits. There are two other shifters not mentioned. One is a change in technology. If technology makes the production of a good more efficient, the supply of that good will increase. The final one is a change in government regulation. Taxes on production will decrease the supply of a good, while subsidies will increase the supply of a good, shifting it to the right. So you could every time I do sub release.
Willingness and ability for a consumer to purchase something. The ability that the
Substitution effect, demand will decrease every time a new sub release ease.